having said that, on a more critical note, and I'm saying this with all sense of responsibility and all sense of empathy and all sense of understanding. Seeing Peter Obi and Nasiru El-Rufai is a very hard one for a lot of people, myself included. And for those who supported, who are supporting Peter Obi and seeing all the things that Nasiru El-Rufai did as governor of Kaduna State, and his utterances, his actions. That
was Aisha Yusufu, a well-known activist and a member of the Obidients Movement, lamenting how difficult it had been to see Peter Obi and Malam Nasiru El-Rufai. Peter Obi is the former governor of Anambra State and the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election, while Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, former minister of the Federal Capital Territory, former governor of Kaduna State, one of the APC leaders that worked against Peter Obi in the 2023 election and worked for Malam to be declared the winner of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission, saying that it was difficult for her seeing Peter Obi and Malam Nasiru El-Rufai together, trying to form a relationship, so that, because what is happening now is that Peter Obi and Malam, they are working together because they have a common, if you like, enemy to confront, the APC and the Tinubu administration. Are they supposed to work together or are they not supposed to work together? This has created a kind of division among the Obidients. There are many Obidients who are saying that they don't want to see Peter Obi with Malam Nasiru El-Rufai. They believe that Malam is evil, that he's not somebody that Peter Obi, who they put in a higher pedestal, should be associating with. And you listen to Aisha Yusufu talking about the fact that a whole lot of people have not forgotten in a hurry how he ran his government in Kaduna State and especially in southern Kaduna, how he allegedly mistreated them and all that. That Peter Obi ought not to be in the same room with Malam Nasiru El-Rufai. But the truth of the matter is that Peter Obi is going to be the president of every Nigerian, the good, the bad, the ugly. A president doesn't choose the people that he's going to preside over. God himself has chosen the people by putting them in that geographic location. And in politics, you have to be strategic. So what Peter Obi's relationship with Malam is showing us that it's a strategic relationship. This is not a personal relationship. It's a strategic relationship to ensure that Nigeria becomes a new Nigeria. That old Nigeria will pass away and we'll now have a new Nigeria. And for you to build that, you must go with everybody. And this is not new. Think about the alliance that was built between Muhammad Buhari and Malam before the 2015 election. Buhari and Tinubu, they do not agree with each other before. In fact, a classified cable message, a declassified cable message showing private conversation allegedly by Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Buhari in 2003 show that Tinubu doesn't like Buhari that much, if we are to believe in that private conversation with a US diplomat. Okay? Because it was reported that's based on the cable message. Okay? That in 2003, while serving as Lagos State Governor and supporting President Olusegun Obasanjo's re-election bid, Tinubu privately told a US diplomat that Muhammad Buhari was ethnocentric and an agent of destabilization who will be worse for Nigeria than Obasanjo. And the full quote from the diplomatic cable that was declassified said, Obasanjo is the only candidate who stands a chance of blocking his rival, General Muhammad Buhari, whose ethnocentrism would jeopardize Nigeria's national unity. Buhari and his ilk are agents of destabilization who will be far worse than Obasanjo. That was a private discussion with a US diplomat that was declassified. That is how Tinubu looked at Buhari in 2003. In 2007, while Tinubu was alleged to also meet a US diplomat just before the presidential election in 2007, Tinubu sarcastically referred to Buhari as a fascist in response to Buhari's own accusation that the ruling People's Democratic Party government was fascist. The cable between the US diplomat, this is what the cable revealed. The cable quotes Tinubu as saying he will take Buhari's epithet as accurate, for who better to identify a fascist than another one. In other words, Tinubu was quoted to have said that Buhari was a fascist. But what happened? There were so many places in this cable that Tinubu said all kinds of things allegedly about Buhari. There was even where he said that Buhari was unelectable. It is no different from what Malam said during the heat of the 2023 election campaign. There was one of his trending videos that said that there is no pathway for Peter Obi. That Peter Obi cannot even, he was saying where Peter Obi will not win. That Peter Obi will not win it. He said all kinds of things. At the end of the day, Peter Obi shocked all of them. But why am I saying this? It is for the Obidients and other Nigerians to understand that politics can only survive. You can only succeed in politics by building alliances. Right now, Peter Obi need everybody who is against what is going on in the country right now. And Malam Nasiru El-Rufai is among those who are not happy with the direction of the country, who supports a reset of the country. In that, himself and Peter Obi, they are on the same page. Whether you like it or not, Malam Nasir El-Rufai has a huge following in the north. Don't be deceived by whatever anybody tells you. Otherwise, he does. He does have influence. And he is one of the people that could be used to reach out to Islamic clerics in the north, to reach out to the conservatives in the north, to see the reason why Peter Obi should be given an opportunity to lead this country. He has influence. You can't deny that. If he doesn't, he wouldn't have been somebody that even Tinubu himself was begging to come and serve in his government. I remember vividly the video of Tinubu in Kaduna telling Malam that he shouldn't leave the country after his tenure as governor, that he should serve in his government. But at the end of the day, he was nominated and things didn't work out the way it should, based on what Tinubu promised him. So he's highly influential. He was one of those who insisted that power must go to southern Nigeria, when even Buhari himself was throwing his weight behind the northern candidate, Ahmad Lawan, and the national chairman of the APC, Abdullah Adamu, was also on the same page with the President Buhari, that power should remain in the north with Ahmad Lawan as their preferred candidate. The only thing saving grace was that Buhari didn't put his weight as the leader of the party to insist that everybody must vote for Ahmad Lawan. He would have emerged the candidate of the APC. But Malam was among those who were instrumental to power moving to the south. He fought tooth and nail for the APC. He was among the governors that went to court to challenge CBN over the printing of new Naira notes that time that created a cash and all that. Give it to him. He's a fighter. And Peter Obi need fighters behind him ahead of the 2027 election. He needs people like Malam, who the government will be scared of, knowing that even Malam doesn't suffer fools gladly. He will say it, no matter whose ox is God. And you need people like that to surround Peter Obi, so that when the shenanigans of the APC begin to happen ahead of the election or during the election, you have voices that will be crying foul if things are going wrong. Because to be the presidency, to contest for the presidency of Nigeria is not an easy task. Compromises are made. Yes, look at Buhari. Buhari was selling himself as a man of integrity, incorruptible personality. That was what was his selling point, that he would fight corruption, that he did it when he was a military and all that and all that. And he lives a Spartan life. Okay? It was his integrity. That was why people, ordinary people selling kose, akara in the streets, they were contributing money for Buhari because of that. But look at who he had to form alliance with. Tinubu, who Obasanjo alleged in his book, My Watch, that when the EFCC chairman at that time, Malam Nuhu Ribado, brought to him files of the governors of the state of 1999 and 2007, that when he opened the file of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the governor of Lagos State at the time, that his own case was allegedly the worst. And I'm sure that kind of story wouldn't have escaped Buhari, but he had to form alliance with Tinubu so that they can be able to make a change in a government democratically. So Peter Obi cannot be isolated, cannot isolate himself from other Nigerians who are in the same spirit with him, that there is a need to change this APC government. And there is a need to ensure that Tinubu doesn't continue beyond 2027. It shouldn't be something that should divide the Obidients. But I know a lot of Obidients are not happy with Malam. But it is what it is in politics. You can't do it alone. You need people. And nobody should be left behind in the quest for a new Nigeria. That's my take. I don't know what to think about this seeming division in the Obidients Movement because of Peter Obi's growing association with Malam Nasiru El-Rufai ahead of 2027. Whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.